All right, we're going. Gary's Jamboree 2024.
Prairie City.
We're going to the Prairie City Off-Road Park. Gary's Jamboree 2024. One of the activities was going to the Prairie City Off-Road Park. And the big question in my mind, I wanted to go ahead and practice on some more difficult obstacles in a nice, safe, controlled way with lots of people around to help pull us out. Monica got some driving time as well, and also even some practice pointing me where to go and stuff. So it was a great experience. But like the number one thing I kind of wanted to figure out is how well does the dual motor Rivian handle and keep up with the quad motor Rivians? Like which one, maybe not necessarily which one is better, but is either one necessarily deficient in any significant way?
Easy.
That was like easy. Oh my God.
Staying to the left was key.
Yeah.
You want to try it?
No.
So we were able to keep up with and do everything the quad motor guys did. It was absolutely no problem at all. And so just to kind of explain, if you're not familiar with Rivians necessarily, so the quad motors have 800 horsepower, which is super cool. But the one kind of deficiency is that you have basically 200 horsepower. I'm using round numbers here, don't be pedantic in the comments. About 200 horsepower per wheel, but you can't send any more than 200 horsepower to any wheel. And so that's a little bit of a deficiency in some ways. If you only have traction in 2 or 3 wheels, or even 1 in some situations, that really limits how much power you can put down to the ground. On the flip side, the dual motor, sure, I only have like 600 horsepower, but because I have a normal differential at the front and the rear, you can send 300 horsepower, a full motor's worth, to either of the wheels, and the brakes, of course, grab it and go ahead and send the power across. And the brake actuated limited slip differential system from Rivian worked fantastic, kept those wheels in control. And so we had ample power at any wheel with traction to go up some crazy kind of off camber, balancing a wheel in the air kind of situations. So was super happy of the way the vehicle handled and the way we were able to tackle all the different challenges and stuff. That was awesome.
We were like 3 wheels.
I know, the wheel's way up in the air, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was a great test of the traction control system.
So what were 3 things you learned during the practice?
Oh, actually that's a really good point. So one of the things is 2-foot driving. And this is something kind of specific to Rivian, but basically it has no problem with you pressing both pedals at the same time. And so, sure, normally you've got the 1-pedal driving system, but that has limitations, especially when rolling off an obstacle. It'll just drop you down into a pit. It won't really slow you down as quickly as you expect. So when you really want to crawl along, you apply like 10-20% throttle, and then you just modulate your speed with the brake pedal. And that worked freaking fantastic, right? I mean, you had a great time on those rollies in the cat sandbox, right? That worked so well. That was amazing what I learned. Also, just I would say the capabilities of the truck when going steep uphill with what would seem like limited traction. It has so much traction, has so much power, non-issue. Like stuff that I was like, damn, like I'm not sure I want to challenge. No problem. Just it weighs 7,000, and with us and all our gear, we're probably 8,000+ pounds, and it just motors right up, no problem at all. A third thing, I'm not sure. What's one of your things?
Yeah, for me it was that it's really all about where you place your wheels. We tried to go down this route in between the rocks.
Oh, it was crossing the Rubicon Trail section.
Yeah, and we kind of fail the first pass because we're kind of trying to find a way not to hit this rock, not to hit that rock, and kind of all that, and we just hit the spot where we would not clear a rock. So we kind of backed off, and then saw other people, you know, giving a shot.
Richard and Sarah, right?
There was another
couple.
couple
There was an
before.
R1S that went through.
Yeah,
and we were like, shorter wheelbase, that might not be fair. But then Sarah and Richard went through.
Yeah, with the same R1T, and they kept it more towards the driver's side, which made it that you had to go over rocks that we were trying to avoid. So, and once you kind of, you know, did that way, the path was really passable, no problem. So yeah, for me it was really not be afraid to go over rocks rather than, you know, try to find, you know, the gaps in between rocks, because then you are limited, and the tires can really handle that going over rocks.
There's this mental picture of the tires being like balloons, they're gonna pop. And it's just not a thing unless you have really low pressure and you pinch it or something. It's just not, especially we have the all-terrain tires. That's one of the things, by the way, when we saw Sarah and Richard go through, is that they had the all-season tires. So they had like half an inch less ground clearance, and they had less traction, and they went through. And so, okay, we can totally do it. And then, I don't remember their kids' names. Did you ever get their? So their kids were guiding them through, and they were taking turns. They went through like 4 or 5 times, each of the 4 of them driving through. And then they were helping Monica kind of practice and how to point me where to go and stuff. And it was hilarious.
Because
it was awesome.
For me, it was like him telling me, I don't want to go over this rock, right? And so I'm like, you really want to go over this rock?
Well, it's like we got out of the truck and we kind of planned out, and I was kind of being all cautious. I don't, you know, I see the black marks on the side of the rock. I'm like, well, I don't want to ground my wheel against that. I don't want to pinch my tire against that. Whereas then the kids, I don't know what kind of experience the 4 of them have, but they were like, oh yeah, go over that rock, go over this rock. And they were kind of showing Monica what to do. And initially Monica was like, okay, you guys tell him where to go. And I'm like, no. You tell her, she'll tell me. It was great. It was great. Thank you, Sarah, Richard, and your kids. It was a lot of fun. It was great to meet you guys. So that's the story of the Rivian dual motor off-road. Totally capable. It was fantastic. Please like, please subscribe, stick around for more content like this. And with this newfound confidence, we are totally itching to go back to like Old Dale Road or challenges that we faced before with our Volvo and stuff to kind of go try side by side with terrain we know and see how it performs further. So take care.
Whoa.